Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. We are in a different setting, so it looks crazy behind me, don't worry about it. We are in my room now because I don't know, I just felt like this was a better setup. I wanted to look outside, I don't know. So today's video is going to be not really a makeup tutorial, but really I guess to just do my makeup with me. My everyday makeup routine, how about that? It is currently 12:07. I need to get up and look at least presentable. With my makeup routine, it's kind of all over the place with all different types of products. Like sometimes it's high-end, hardly high-end. Most of the time it's drugstore, affordable, you know what I'm saying? So if you guys want to follow along or purchase some of these things, they are affordable. You still on? Oh yeah, guys, I got a mic. So the audio is going to be 10 times better than what it used to be. Amen, amen, amen. So the first thing that I do is I like to brush out my brows. I love to get something to lay my brows down. And right now I've been using the NYX. Oh, I don't know if it's like focusing. I've been using this. And when I first used this, I was like, I don't really like it. I used to use Got To Be gel. But the only thing is that it would start to cake around my eyebrows. Like it would just cake and I would have like flakes coming off because it's a gel. So I was like, okay, we got to find something different. So I came back to this and I love it. So I recommend. Oh, I need to pluck my eyebrows. Anyways, I brush them up and then boom. Also, I might have a mustache, guys. Just ignore that, please. And there's so much excess at the top that I just like to wipe it off. Wipe it off, and then sometimes at the bottom, I just let it sit there for a little bit, let it get a little tacky. We're gonna do the other eye. It's just so satisfying. Something about laying your baby hairs down. Not baby hairs. What am I talking about? It's just something about laying your eyebrows down that's just so aesthetic for me. And I used to never do this. I think I started doing this probably a few years ago. Whenever like lamination of the brows began to get popular. That's when like, because at first I hated it. Because that trend of like the eyebrows just staying up, stuck like this. I did not like that trend. I was like, oh, I don't like this. So I was just like, I'm not going to do that. But then I saw the girlies do it and they was like doing this little trick right here where they shape it out. I was like, oh, I could get jiggy with it. I like that. It bothers me so bad when I can't get my brows to be the same. Like, just act right. And then I like to go in with my, little double-sided brush. I like to just brush them again before everything like sets in, because this is a hard duty brush. Okay, this one got years of gel stuck on it, so this brush ain't moving nowhere. Okay, it ain't moving nowhere. All right, the brows look good. So next I like to go in and carve my brows out with like a pencil. I'm grabbing I feel like I got this from the hair store because this isn't a brand that it's called Nabi Microblading Effect Brow Tracer. So yeah, and this is in the shade. Does it have the shade on here? I don't see the shade. So at this point, for what I do with my brows is I take the pencil. I like to start at the bottom and kind of just like do a real soft line across. And then I like to just go in between. And as you can see, the brows are kind of moving. They're kind of moving, which of course I hate that. That's the only thing. It's just like the brow NYX gel. It's nothing like a Got To Be where it's gonna literally suck them brows down and they're not gonna move. NYX is a little bit less permanent, but I guess. So I just kind of keep coloring them in. Boom. And that's just kind of what we're working with right now. You know what I'm saying? So then we do the same thing to the other brow. Okay. So I feel like these don't look too bad, right? Now, if you are really great at coloring them in and they look perfect for you after this point, then by all means, keep them that way. But for me, I love a good, sharp, crisp eyebrow. So I'm going to go in with concealer. LA Pro concealer. And it's in the shade Fawn. LA Pro concealers will forever be that girl for me. I love LA Pro concealers. I feel like they go with literally every face. I may be wrong, but I just feel like LA Pro concealers are universal. So I get a brush like this, like a little angled brush, and then I outline the bottom. This is also a part where I barely be breathing and speaking because it's intense when you covering up these brows. Some people, they don't like to put concealer at the top of the eyebrow, which I feel like is definitely your preference. If you don't like any concealer at the top, I mean, that's just up to you, but I've always loved concealer at the top, as long as it's not crazy. You know what I'm saying? I just love my eyebrows to pop, and if you're not like that, then of course you can just put it at the bottom and then put your foundation at the top. That's always an option. I just love that look of like them just looking so beautiful. Okay. I basically like to put concealer in the middle just to have everything kind of come together. And then I like to take the brush that has barely any product on it. Still, it has a little bit of product on it, but just a tiny bit. And I like to take the brush and kind of like go the opposite way at the front of my brow. I didn't go back in, get any more. I kind of just used whatever was left and blended out that part of the eyebrow. Now, since we've done that part, what I like to do is just add a little bit more concealer because now we're going to move on to the eyes. We're not technically done with the eyebrows yet, but you guys will see. I get a brush like this, like a flat blending brush, and I go in the concealer and I put it all over my eyelid, preparing the eye for eyeshadow. And while I'm doing that, I'm moving so quick because I'm just so used to doing my own makeup. Once I'm setting, I'm putting the concealer on my eye, I'm also blending out the areas around my eyebrows. So you see, I'm blending out the concealer around my eyebrows. I'm blending out what I just put on my eyelid, all over the eyelid, and then we start blending, baby. Start blending that eyebrow, blending the concealer out on the eyebrow. After I put the concealer on my eyelids, now we're moving on to the eyes, which I do eyebrows, then eyes, and then my entire face after that. That's the routine for me. After I put the concealer on my eye, I go in with some setting powder. And this is the setting powder that I use in Translucent. I've been seeing a lot of things about this brand. I don't know what's been going on. I bought this a long time ago, okay? And it's expensive, so I'm gonna use it until it's gone. I don't know what's been going on with this brand. The moral of the story is I spent a lot of money on this, and this is the only powder I got, so I'm gonna use it till it's gone. I have this little powder puff. It is so filthy. So filthy. But I have this powder puff, and so I put a little powder in the top of the powder. So what I do is I go in with the powder puff, and then I put it on my eyelid. This is me setting the concealer on my eye, so that way eyeshadow is easy to apply. It's so much better when you put like a powder on top of the concealer so that it just sits a lot better. You're just keeping that eyelid dry, especially if you're an oily girl. I forgot to say that. I'm an oily girl. Okay, by the end of the day, I'm looking like a disco ball. My face gets so shiny, so be careful of that if you're an oily girl. Now that we have the eyelid set, then we're going to go in with a little everyday eyeshadow look. So the palette I love to use, don't judge me for this palette. It has been through some years with me, okay? And I think this palette is discontinued. I'm not sure. I do need to get some new palettes, but it is the Jaclyn Hill palette. I know! Ah! The shades are just literally everything. Like, I just love the neutral shades. And I feel like this is a great everyday palette. Now, like I said, I think this palette is discontinued, so I don't know what to do. I mean, I guess just find a palette that has neutral shades in it, and then you're good. Maybe I can put some options around, some other options. That's good. I like to get a brush that's like this. So it's a dense brush, and it's like an eyeshadow brush, and it's angled. I just feel like these, I get a lot more control where I'm putting the eyeshadow at. It's just a lot better. I have to keep making sure this mic is on because I cannot go through this again. The main shade I like to go in with is this one. So like a dark brown. I'm gonna go in with that brown, and I tap. That's to get the little access off, because if you just go in, it's gonna be a little too intense, and you're gonna have to learn how to tone it down. So when you dip it in there, you just pat, 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 and then go in. This is my outer corner. What is it called? Outer corner shade. I don't know. Outer corner. The freaking word can't come to my mind right now. This is what I put on my outer corner. Outer corner. Outer lid. Yeah. I like to just brush across. And if you can see, it's very subtle. Not too much. You know what I'm saying? And so I just like to continue building it up. Like inch by inch, you just keep going in. It's better to add more than try to take away, because with makeup, you just can't do that, you know? I mean, you could learn how to like lessen up the intensity, but it's just better to just keep adding on little by little as you go. Okay. So boom, now we have like a little cute, subtle brown on the outer corner. And I like to just bring it up into my eyebrow a little bit, not all the way into my eyebrow. You see, I didn't go back into the palette and get extra. So I'm kind of just using what's on the brush and blending it out. Tap, tap, tap. It's my drink water alarm. After I've done that, now we're going to go into the lids. So I like to grab, where is my brush? Okay, I think this is it. I like to grab a brush like this that's flat. And we're not doing a cut crease. We're not doing a cut crease. We're more of, well, I don't know. Every time I say I'm not doing a cut crease, I always end up doing a cut crease. I love cut creases. So I don't know. Maybe it'll be a cut crease. We'll just see. I'm also going in with a different concealer now. I'm going in with the Milani Conceal and Correct. I think that's what it's called. Conceal and Perfect. So I get my little brush, dap it, and then I start to put it where I want my eyeshadow to go. I said this wasn't going to be a cut crease, but it looks like it's going to be, so. I really don't be trying to do cut creases, but I just feel like I'm so used to it now. And I used to do them every day, like literally every day of my life for like 4 years. Now my hand is just like, it just gets into, it's so used to it, so it just does it. Okay. Pat that concealer into there. I just keep it right in like the middle of my lid. I stop it in the middle of my lid. This one went a little bit further, but we're not going to ruin what we did with the transition shade. So we're going to keep that there. Now we can go in with eyeshadow. So this eyeshadow that's already dang near gone, it's just a cute shimmery shade. Very good for every day, I feel like. Now, this may be a little too much for some people for everyday makeup. But for me, this is what I do. We're going to get that eyeshadow and we're just going to pat it on the lid. See? It's such a cute shimmer. And don't forget to do that. So after I do that, then I go back in with my brush that I used for that transition shade, and I go right back in that transition shade. And then I just kind of buff out the ends. Like if you can see, let me get closer. You're literally just buffing out the ends. So that's basically what we're working with. It's very subtle. Like I said, like this is a very subtle eyeshadow. It's nothing too bam in your face. Like it's just very, very subtle. Very subtle. Now I usually go in with eyeliner, but ooh, sorry. I usually go in with eyeliner, but my eyeliner is so dried out and I need more. So I don't know if I want to do that to myself right now. All right, so what we're gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and get any little eyeliner I got out of this, and look, if it looks crazy, it just looks crazy. I literally have probably like a drop left in here. We're gonna see what I can do. We're gonna see. Oh, I'm nervous to do this. I don't know, maybe I shouldn't do it. Let's do it. I can't talk during this time, so I would say just watch. There's nothing in here. We're working with something. We is working with something. Okay, so The eyeliner is what it is. I don't know. To fix anything, like any errors or mess ups that you have done, you always go back in with your little flat brush, and I like to just, you know what I'm saying? This one's a little crazy. Now, after we do that, now we're going to go in with the face. With the face, you always want to start with a primer, especially if you are an oily girl like me. I'm almost out of this, but I do get the Power Grip Elf. I know y'all done heard about it. She is that girl, very much. We're going to expose the forehead a little bit. I put like 2 fingers full. That may be a little too much for some people, but I feel like I have to basically put it all over my face. Because I get oily right in here, right here, and then on my forehead, I get really oily. So, yeah, we're just going to put it all over my face. Oh my gosh, my lips are ashy. Why y'all didn't tell me? You do have to kind of let that sit a little bit in your face. I'm going to put lashes on, and the lash glue that I use is Duo. She's ugly. She's very ugly. And, oh, I can barely open her. But while I'm doing my face, I love to put glue on the lashes and just let them sit, because at any time you can just go and put them on. You gotta let them marinate in that glue a little bit. So my routine is pretty dang quick. I'm not gonna cap. I really don't take forever doing my makeup, and the only reason why it's taking a good minute right now is because I'm talking through it. All right, the lashes are marinating. So what I like to do is I like to go in with my foundation. The foundation that I use is the Milani Conceal and Perfect. This is the best foundation I have ever had in my life. Like, in my life. This foundation is so good, especially for the oily girls. Like, it's a matte foundation, and it just really, really sets perfectly into the skin. I'm going to put foundation only on like my lower face, and then like up here and possibly my nose, but I don't put foundation everywhere anymore, because you just don't have to, because you're going to be putting makeup in other places. So I'm literally just putting it here. And I do use a brush. Sorry, I didn't tell y'all. This is the Morphe M439 brush. I really hope my mustache is not as visible to you guys as it is to me. I'm trying to wait until my birthday, which I don't know why, because my birthday is literally in a month exactly. But I don't want to wax anything yet. Now that the foundation's on there, I do go in with my concealer. So we go back to the LA Girl concealer. I do like to drag it out on the sides, and then I put some right here, of course. I go down, but not all the way yet. We don't want to go all the way down yet, because I still have to contour the nose. And then I like to connect this in with my concealer on my eye, and just go down around my mustache area. Then I go under my chin. I let that sit for a little bit, and then we're going to check on our lashes, which I think they look pretty good. So I'm going to apply them. This is another step where I literally can't talk through. I can't talk through this step. I like to go in with my little tweezers and make sure I'm getting it like right on the money. Yeah, this one looks a little weird, but we're just gonna ignore that. Whatever. I really feel like these are 2 different lashes. Whatever. I'm gonna go wet my beauty blender really quickly. Please tell me I didn't show my coochie. Oh, guys, I almost forgot a step. Before we even get into blending out the concealer, I forgot a step. So I do like to go in with some blush. This is a cream blush from Glam. I like to go in with like this shade, this one. Get a brush like this, a cute little blush brush. I dip it in there, and I apply my blush. So I feel like that's good from what I can see. Yeah. Ooh, this blush is so pretty. Like, Now that we've done that, now we can go in with our beauty blender, and now we can blend the concealer. And usually I spray my face with setting spray, or I'll spray the puff, but I'm not gonna lie, I completely forgot this time. If you're an oily girl, it definitely helps to spray setting spray in between steps. I'm telling you. In between your concealer, in between your contours, in between like every little step, because you need all the protection that you can get. You just blend everywhere that concealer is at. After this step, I love to go in with my contour. Of course, it's the LA Girl Pro Concealer Contour. I need to get like more into high-end stuff. Like everything is literally drugstore that I use. It's drugstore, affordable. Oh,
ain't shit funny right now. I could tear down a fucking building.
I'm an idiot. That's not my contour shade. That is not my contour shade. That is the concealer shade. It sure is. All right, this is my contour shade. So I like to put the concealer like right there. So like right under my cheekbones. And I would like to say I have high cheekbones. I've been told, but I don't know. And I love to put it like in my corner. You do the nose. I would suggest, ooh, girl, what the fuck? Hold on. When blending out your contour, I would love to suggest, you know, like something a little skinny, a little petite, nothing too thick. You know, it don't really matter what you use, but just nothing too thick. I just keep it in this one spot, and well, I do bring it up, not gonna lie. I bring it up, and then I just, and then I like to go up on this side. I kind of like to connect this contour with the up contour. So like if I'm contouring this, I like to go down and go up, and yeah. Now when it comes to my nose contour, I like to use something a little bit more thinner. So I do pull out a little pencil brush. I have to see it in my mirror because I got to get real close. But I just get it and I just blend it out. Of course, you don't want to like blend it too much because then everything you just did was gone. With the nose contour, I love to like bring it up into my eyebrow. Contouring my nose, I'm not gonna lie, I'm still trying to learn. Like I feel like it's simple. It's just more of like a technique thing. Oh, this actually looks really good. I don't know how it looks on camera, but it looks really good in person. And then I like to go over with my finger afterwards just to like lighten up a little bit of the harshness. Then after that, I like to go in with the concealer that I used and just go down the middle of my nose. Like remember earlier I said I don't want to go all the way down. This is the time where I go all the way down now. I like to get like a little, I would say like a little blending brush, and I just pat, 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 pat. I feel like it's so much easier to go down with your concealer, go down the middle after you contour your nose, because then that's like cleaning up anything that was just a little messy. All right. I also like to use the brush to go in on the sides a little bit because I do get a little messy with my contour. Boom. Now that we've applied all of our liquid creams, everything, now we are going to set. Then I go back in with my One Size from Patrick. We get the powder puff again, and I love to just like press under my eye. Everywhere that you put concealer, I definitely suggest setting that first. And also the places that you get the most oily. Just look at how airbrushed my face looks now. Like I'm so airbrushed. And I leave some on there just a little bit for a little while. Just to like really soak in that oil. Soak in that oil. And then I also like to put it where I put foundation. And then of course you don't forget the head. Now we look like a powdered donut. We're gonna go in with our powder contour. We're gonna set our contour. I need more makeup. Like this is my contour palette. This is the shade that I use. Wait, is it? No, this is the shade that I use. And I'm literally just scraping it from the corners. So I go between this one, and this one. So I just use these three. And we contour, actually all four of them. And we just go over where you contoured. Of course, the last thing to do is to set our blush. I go in with my AOA concealer. This is from Miss A. I said concealer. Huh? Blush. Powdered blush. I feel like Miss A is, I don't think it's slept on, but she's that girl. So if you need some cheap makeup, Miss A is that girl. I don't have blush blindness. I think at times I'm a little scared of blush. Like, I wish I had blush blindness. Like, and that's something I feel like not too many people wish they had, but I wish I had blush blindness. I'm a little scared of blush. I'm getting used to putting more, a little bit more than usual. So now that we have set everything, we're gonna go back to the first area that we set, which is the concealer. I don't brush anything off. I just pat it in. Because why brush off that good powder? Like, we need that. We need that powder. After that, I go in with my setting spray. Now this is the NYX glue setting spray. I heard such good things about this, so I went to my beauty supply store and bought it. And I will say, believe everything good that they say about this. This is so good. So good. Fan it out a little bit before I'll just jump into the next thing. I like to go in with highlight, okay? Again, this may be discontinued. I have a lot of makeup that is old, probably. Not old, well yeah, probably old. But I'm saying like it's most likely probably not on the market anymore. Like, I got it years ago at, I think a TJ Maxx or Marshall's, one of them. So yeah. And I like to, of course, you see me tap. You always got to tap. That's like the universal. It's just so gold and so yummy. Now that we've done that, I like to go underneath my eyes and do some bottom lashes. Okay, so with my bottom ones, I like to go in with the primer first because my bottom ones, they're long, but it's really hard to like get them to pop for real. So I go in with some primer that's also from Miss A. It's Fat Lash. And then there's another mascara brand from Miss A that it completely wiped off, but it's the silver tube. I just got put on to eyelash primer not too long ago. So that's a little something new I've added to my routine. Something a little new. And see, it just makes them pop. Like, bruh. Oh. My last step, well, I have mascara in my eye, bruh. Anyways, my last step for my face is I like to go in with my NYX Epic Wear liner. It's in brown. I like to put like little moles on my face. This is something new that I've also started to like, but I put a mole right there, and then I put one right there, and then I put one on the tip of my nose. I like to put one right here. I don't know, it just adds character. Like, I just think that's so damn cute. I have this, like, this is from the beauty supply store. I think it's supposed to be an eyebrow pencil, but I'm using it as a lip liner. If y'all got some good, like, lip combos for me to try, like, send them my way. I don't know, because I just feel like my lips always get so dark, and I just want it to be a little bit more lighter, a little bit more pinker. And I'm still experimenting. Oh, okay, hold up. Okay, hold up. I'm still experimenting with lip combos. So I mean, if you got an old faithful lip combo that's just a cute everyday lip combo look, let me know. I'm going to go get ready, put some clothes on, do this head, and then we'll end it there. Okay, so I'm gonna go get ready. I'll be back. All right, y'all, we are back into it. Okay, I have gotten ready for the day. I am ready. My hair is done. My shirt is insanely wrinkled, I know. Ignore it. Thank you guys for watching my video. If you've watched it, this was my everyday makeup routine, or you know, just a everyday simple beat. I can completely understand that this is not an everyday look for everybody, but you know, this is my when I'm stepping out. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Also, down below, let me know what lip combos y'all do. I was serious about that one. Okay, I need some new lip combos. Let me know. If you learned anything, let me know. If you like anything that I do that you don't do, let me know. See you guys in the next one.